public education, innovative classrooms are considered especially valuable. In Norman Public Schools, the energetic educators who help make classrooms magical are known as the Instructional Technology Coaches. These are their stories.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Innovate Your Classroom Zoom style. Yeah, we're online. We're doing a nice little distance learning, and we're just trying to really have some fun, but also engage with our teachers and community. And I just want to introduce everybody because we're all here. This is exciting. I see Paige, and I see Sarah, I see Krishana, I see Rob, and I see Stacy. Man, we're so excited that everyone is here. And guys, what do you think about this distance learning? I mean, you're a little bit further from my puns. Is that a problem?
No.
It's maybe best.
Maybe
puns can go the distance.
Yes. Thank you so much. Well, I think we've got a pretty action-packed show. I guess as much as we can in front of a screen, right? So we've got some awesome librarians coming up from Norman North, Molly Detman and Amanda Kordelski, and we even do Zoom or Meet. Which one do we want to use? And so right now you can see that we're using Zoom. So I'm so glad to see your guys' faces though, because I get lonely just in this room here. It's a little sad, quite frankly. So, but I'm glad to see you guys. So what else is going on your way?
Norman teachers are rocking it. We are getting lots of questions, and I think that there's a lot of great things that are going to be given to our students for learning opportunities.
And I think our teachers are overwhelmed, but I also think they're really excited. They are so happy to connect with their kids again. They have missed kids so much. We know that. We see that on social media. Like, they are rearing to go. It is so exciting that they are going to get a chance to see classwork in a new way for them.
I like the idea of enrichment because I really feel like that changes the thought process quite a bit. So you kind of all of a sudden come to a screeching halt, but now what do we do to try to enrich and engage those students? And I think that's one of the beauties of it, because as horrible as it sounds and as it's been, on the flip side of the creativity side, I think that's the direction that we're getting to see. The teachers are, okay, we can do this. Here's what we can come up with. And so I'm really, like you said, I'm excited and just proud to see all the MPS teachers just rocking it,
We were in a meeting this morning, and it kind of transitioned from a wellness check, making sure everybody was engaged and doing things, to more of, here's what I'm trying to accomplish with this. And I've got teachers talking about, well, no matter how this goes this spring, this is something they're going to integrate into their classroom for the rest of forever. And I was like, I like that.
Yeah, that enrichment part is, no one wanted this. No one wanted to finish their year like this. But we could look at it as this cool opportunity to even do the things that maybe you've put off and pushed aside because you felt like you didn't have time to fit in all your must-haves, all your must-dos into your curriculum. This is where you can do all those creative things that maybe you just felt like you never had time for. And that there's some freedom in that no grades are attached, that we get to see kids engage and do their best and try stuff out. And then, like Rob said, if you try it out and it works so well, how cool it's going to be. You did a trial run in the spring, that you have more success in the classroom in the fall. So I think there's some real positive things that can come from this.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, welcome to our first experiment on visual podcasting. We are on a Zoom meeting with some of the bigwigs in Norman Public Schools, and we've got some stuff to talk about. So let's take it away. I got an idea. How about we start with our librarians? They're here. That way they don't have to sit and listen to us talk about the nuts and bolts of getting an online class together. They can get good information out first, and then people can tune it out.
Yeah, they're wizards. That's what I'm saying. So, hey, I think what we can do, let's talk to Amanda and Molly and ask them, like, what are some of your favorite resources that you're actually putting together to help out in this change into distance learning right now?
So we are curating resources for teachers. Right now, it's really overwhelming, the amount and just the sheer volume of resources that are being shared online. So we're helping teachers to curate and to find the ones that work the best for their class, that are easy for their kids to use, and kind of walking them through that. And then we're really trying to make sure that our kids still have connections with the library and with books. So Molly and I have created a Flipgrid that is full of book talks that link out to NPS's high school digital catalog. So any high school student, you don't have to be a Norman North student, any North or High or Dimension student can watch the Flipgrid and then check out the books that are linked that we talk about. So if you don't mind me sharing my screen, I will show you what it looks like.
Please, that would be fantastic.
Okay, so this is the North Library website. We are doing a couple of different things with our office hours. We have a live chat every day from 10 to 12. This little icon that you see, that's an envelope right now. When we are on and live, it turns into a little text bubble, and you can click on it and ask us questions. And then when we're not on live, it's just an envelope and links to our email, which you can also get to from our names. But this is our Flipgrid that we have embedded in the library website. This video with a not so flattering pause face for me has just the basics on how to get logged in and how to use your NPS Sora account, what your ID number is, and how to get that fixed if you can't get in. And then Molly has made a straight up how to with screenshots on how to check out Sora books from your MacBook. That's also embedded in the library website. And then to get to the Flipgrid, you just click on the Flipgrid icon, and it takes you to our Flipgrid. So these are the instructions again that you get. And then here where it says 13 topics, you can see,
wow,
we have it divided by genres, and these actually correlate to the names of the collections that we have in our digital collection in Sora. So if I wanted to look at the brand new Sequoia nominees, I can see that there's a book talk for each one of them. I would get better at it as we went along. So now they have book covers instead of our delightful faces. But when you click on it, it just gives you a pop-up and will tell you about the book. And then over here where the little globe is, that link will jump you out straight to check out the book if that's one that you're interested in.
Nice.
Amanda, I love that. That's fantastic.
We've had a lot of fun doing it. Something else that we just launched today on our social media, I'm going to throw it to Molly and let Molly talk about it. We just went live with it like 15 minutes ago. So,
yeah, if you want to click on our Instagram link, because I know if you click on the Facebook link, it'll just go to your Facebook. We'll show you. Oh, it's up at the top. Oh, wait, no, it's right there. Just kidding. Wait. Oh, so we have our Facebook page embedded into our website. So on both our Instagram and our Facebook page, we are doing a lot of different book recs, bookish posts, and today we launched the Best Beginnings. So each Friday, one of us will read like a little snippet of the beginning of a really enticing novel. So Amanda read from the beginning of The Kingdom of Back, and we have just like a cool little setup.
Molly, is that live? Are you doing the Instagram, or is that live, or are those pre-recorded?
pre-recorded. So Amanda just tested out Instagram TV, since if you just do a post, it'll only let you do a minute of video, but if you do Instagram TV, you can do longer.
Okay.
So we have some 1-minute videos, like snippets on how to use Sora, and then this one, since it's a little longer, got posted as Instagram TV on Instagram, and then just a video on our main page. And then we've also been doing lots of highlights and stuff within Instagram stories. So we've got like screenshots that you can take of, like, tell us in GIFs what books you like to read or what you miss about the library. So on the Instagram highlights, we've saved those, and that's been really fun to do. We've got a lot of kids that have interacted with those. So just like lots of different things on our social media just to push out just fun stuff, since we're all on our phones 24/7 anyway. Just trying to make it more bookish and to connect with our kids that way.
Molly, where's the Instagram link?
If you scroll down just a smidgen, it's underneath our
Right
names.
there.
Actually, it's underneath Find a Book.
I'm making it harder than it was.
So this is our Instagram page. So you can see all of our posts. So we've got the best beginnings posted there, and then just like goofy stuff or just like little messages from the librarians. And then at the top, if you click, like we have, Instagram stories each day. So you can click on the Norman North profile picture and it'll pop those up. And then we have one saved that they can view later. So if it's after the 24 hours, so if we've recommended our stuff on Sora, or we have a new hashtag TWolfTBR, so there's a little screenshot that then they can type in on Instagram stories, books that they're going to read for this month. And then the challenges, it's really fun with all the GIFs and emojis and stuff. Like those have been floating around, and so we just made like a really cool one ourselves. And then of course, North versus High Bingo. Book bingo is still hot. So we're doing that. And yeah, just lots of different stuff.
Has this been attached to the Norman North newsletter that goes out to the students so they know where they can go to follow your Facebook and your Instagram?
We can always share it with our principal. I know there's like a lot of information that's been sent out too, so we don't want it to get like buried.
Exactly.
We've been pretty active on our social media all year, so we have a lot of people already follow. Of course, we've had new people follow since we just trying to push it out wherever we can.
Mm-hmm. I love it. You guys have done a great job.
Thanks.
Definitely.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic. Yep. It is attached to the Norman North website page. It's the site page, and you just go to libraries, correct? There's a tab at the top.
Mhm.
And so if parents want to get there, just go to Norman North and then scroll across to the library page, and you can link through that way.
Yeah. It's so funny because people, like kids will be like, just Google Norman North Library. It's the first site. And then kids still like scroll down to the bottom and go to random stuff. And we're like, dang it.
Uh-huh. That's awesome.
Thank you guys so much for being with us today.
Yeah, we
Yes,
appreciate your
thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
And thanks
you,
for all your hard work.
I'm definitely sharing those resources with my kiddos at home.
Right. And
Yeah.
while we're not promoting it, middle school kids can also log into the high school overdrive and check stuff out. So it's really open to everybody. But we have our the Flipgrid is public, so that you don't have to be logged into an NPS account to see it. Everybody can see it. We just have it frozen so nobody can post inappropriate things. But we would love to, have more views and get more kiddos. So any ideas that you guys have to promote it that we're not doing already, we are down for, because we would love to have more kids watching the Flipgrids.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, we should post that out like on Twitter and all sorts of stuff. That'd
We
be
can
awesome.
probably attach it to our Innovate Your Classroom page as well on our
Oh.
Facebook page.
That would be super
Of course.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting a lot more traction there too now.
Mhm.
So, which is good.
Yes, we are.
We'll keep
Well,
it real.
Yeah. Thanks again. And
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. We can
Yeah.
talk anytime. We talk all
See you guys.
Guys.
Wow, they're awesome.
That's cool.
It was very
I
awesome.
mean, I really impressed with all the work that they put in, and the flip grid, and the
That
book
flip grid.
reviews, and the social media.
That flip grid's awesome.
So
Mhm.
awesome. Love that students can still connect to books during this time. Like, that's such an
Yes.
awesome way to do it.
Say we've delivered a lot of videos to you on Meet and how to do it, and we're really excited about that. We thought we'd also just give you a glimpse into the life of a Zoomer.
So what does Zoom? I mean, I don't really understand, if it's either Google Meet or Zoom, what's the deal? I mean, I don't know which way to go, quite frankly. Am I zooming left? Am I meeting someone to the right? I don't know. So what do you guys think? I'm confused.
Well, I think it's important to know that our school has approved, or our district has approved 3 different virtual meeting tools. The preferred one is Google Meets, which I think everybody is pretty familiar with through faculty meetings. But we wanted to give you guys an idea of what Zoom looked like. It is an approved option. So that's what we're going to do today.
So part of the reason why Meet was initially pushed was because it's just integrated with everything that we kind of already do. We are a Google school, and so scheduling through your calendar is very easy to do a Meet, and that it has the function to save your recorded videos automatically into your drive and a transcript of the chat room. So that was part of the initial push. And at the time, Zoom was at a 40-minute time limit, and they have opened that up. And also at the time, it was going to be a real challenge to get Zoom installed on all the devices. So our awesome TSC people really have worked through some of that to get Zoom available to you all who prefer this platform.
This is the first time I've logged on to Zoom, and I have to say the first thing I noticed that I really liked was the waiting room, and that the organizer of the meeting has to let the students in to the meeting. So I really do like that aspect of Zoom.
Well, I think in some ways, Zoom offers teachers more control, and that's what teachers find appealing about Zoom. So one of those is the waiting room. What other features does it?
You can remove a student, I believe, from your class if you need to.
Yeah.
And add them back in.
Or you can move them to the waiting room, right?
Yeah.
You can kick them out entirely or move them to the waiting room. So that's nice.
It also has an integrated whiteboard. So it's already there on the Zoom platform, where with Meet, you would have to plug in your iPad or share your screen, or you would use a web-based whiteboard and share your screen, your MacBook screen. So it's just an extra step for the Meet one, opposed to Zoom. It's already here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess the same for Zoom and the reactions, that you can give thumbs up and a little clapping, where with Meet, teachers would, and so there's reactions in a Google extension, but students wouldn't be able to use it. So just wouldn't work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's some differences with the chat features in Zoom versus Meet. So in Google Meet, everyone has access to the chat all the time. And in Google Meet, in Zoom, the teacher who sets up the chat can control whether or not they want to allow students to talk to each other, or no chat at all, or just chatting to the host, which would be the teacher. So there's some more teacher control when it comes to the chat as well.
Paige, I'm so glad you said that, because it's important for a teacher to go through the settings before they do their first Zoom, so that they know what they can do. Because how it is automatically set up, students can be talking in the chat to each other privately without the host knowing what's really going on. And so that would be super important, where again, Meet doesn't have all those features, so there's not as many settings to look into.
It's important whenever teachers are setting up their Zooms that they are doing the waiting room, they are doing password protection, because across the nation right now we're seeing what they call Zoom bombs, where strangers are getting into classrooms. So it's really important that they check the settings before they set one up.
We do still like Google Meet. First, like there's a few reasons we really do like Google Meet a lot. Is the preferred version by our district. I think there are a few reasons for that, and one of them is that like the familiarity of the G Suite integration. It's already familiar for teachers and students and parents. So it's not like an extra platform to learn really. So I think that's one reason we still like Meet a lot.
Yeah, our younger learners, our elementary school kids, I think that Zoom might just have too much stuff going on. Even, it has kind of a cleaner look in the gallery view, but there's just maybe too many things, too many options for our younger or less tech savvy teachers or families. So if you're not geared toward using technology and that doesn't come easily for you, Meet is a simplified version.
I would also recommend Zoom for maybe some of our parents or guardians in the community that don't have a Gmail account, because you have to use a Meet, you have to have a Gmail account. And this might work for some of our parents and guardians that do not have Gmail accounts. If a teacher is trying to reach out to them, they can set up a Zoom with them instead.
Something else that we like about Meet, though, is that students or families, whoever is on the other end, can turn the captions on and off themselves. So if they need language assistance, that can be really helpful. In Zoom, that isn't an option in the version that we have access to. There's not closed caption. So we really like that feature of Google Meet.
Yes.
And it's important, if you are holding a virtual meeting, to let parents and students know that they do not have to have their camera on. And so it's important to be able to turn that off, especially since we might have students who have different living conditions that they don't want people to be exposed to.
That's awesome, Krishana. Thanks for reminding us of that.
In Google Meet, the camera defaults to off, and then students or families can turn the camera on, but in Zoom it defaults to on and they turn it off. So that's just a difference to be aware of.
And to do that, you just need to go up to your three little dots in your picture and click on that, and you have several different options. You can stop your video, you can mute, you can rename your video. So there's some different options within that as well.
Yeah, Stacy, that is another kind of drawback to the Zoom thing, is that as you can see, we have labeled our video with our names and the schools that we serve. So that also means that we could have some jokesters on here who rename their title to something maybe inappropriate or just silly that might be distracting for other learners that are on the video.
And we did talk about setting those expectations for our classroom and our students before a meeting, that you're going into a classroom, and to set those expectations before your students enter your virtual meeting.
It's very important to do that, Stacy. Yeah, I agree.
Well, awesome, guys. Anything else that we can think of?
Well, I think we've definitely connected it. I mean, it's really good.
I'm glad you said that, Chris, because really, like, regardless of what tool you use, like, the goal is to connect with your students. So maybe having virtual meetings is the way that you want to do that. Maybe it's not there, otherwise you can connect, but we really encourage you to find a way to connect with them. Hopefully let them see your face so that they know that you're thinking about them, and you're here to help them between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, Norman, we're just happy that teachers were wanting this option, and I think it's nice that they listened and they're giving that option. So use what works for you. Use what is best for you and your style and your ability level. And so we're just happy that they opened it up and allowed us to have the opportunity to use Zoom if that's what is good for you. So again, we have a preferred platform, but we still want you to be able to engage your students the best way you know how. And so please choose the platform that works for you.
Definitely.
So as we're wrapping up here, we want you to know that you have our support. If you're needing help starting distance learning and providing enrichment for your students, reach out to us. We would love to help you. We'll just go around really quickly and make sure you know who to contact if you're needing help. So I'm Paige Littlefield, and I serve Norman High, Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Dimensions.
Hi, I'm Chris Kalinsky again, Norman North, Wilson, McKinley, and Cleveland.
Stacy Stice, I'm at Alcott, Jackson, Monroe, and Washington.
Rob Miles, and I'm at Irving, Kennedy, Madison, and Reagan.
I'm Sarah Potts at Longfellow, Jefferson, Lakeview, and Eisenhower.
I'm Krishana Cheda. I'm at Whittier, Truman Primary, and Adams.
Yay!
Woo! Thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right, here we go. Hi,
I think
everybody.
it
We're
wasn't
so
it.
excited to be here on, what is
Start
that?
over, Stacy.
It
It's official.
Okay, I'm ready.
That be in the bloopers.
Harry situation. Mercy. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1.